Magnificent musician. Kylie and Cassidy had to write a report together on a famous musician. They had one problem. They could not decide which musician to choose. Kylie wanted to do the report on John Philip Sousa, 1854 to 1932, a famous American composer and bandmaster. Cassidy wanted to do it on Ludwig van Beethoven, 1770 to 1827, a famous German composer. Kylie was impressed by Beethoven's talent and the fact that his father had taught him to play the violin and piano. However, he favored Sousa because of his ability to write such a wide variety of music. Sousa, who also studied violin, wrote operettes, songs, waltz, and his famous marches. He is known throughout the world as the March King. Sousa had the ability to take simple military marches and park them up with a new and exciting rhythm. Kylie's favorites were Semper Fidelis and the Stars and Strips Forever. Cassidy also liked Sousa's marches and had ever performed some dance routines to a couple of them. However, she was impressed with the variety of musical works Beethoven created. She loved to play his symphonies, sonatas, and concertos on the piano. She also liked listening to CDs of this talented composer's work. She especially enjoyed the classical and romantic pieces Beethoven composed, like the Moonlight Sonata and the Opera Fidelio. Kylie would not have minded focusing on Beethoven because he found him fascinating. He knew that Beethoven began losing his hearing when he was in his 20s and eventually became deaf during the last years of his life. Kylie was intrigued that through all of his hearing loss, Beethoven continued composing until his death at age 56. However, Kylie preferred to study an American-born composer. Cassidy felt it do not matter where the composer was born. She admired Beethoven's optimism and faith in moral values, which she said came through in his music. She believed that Beethoven helped composers gain the freedom to express themselves. Before his time, composers usually wrote music to teach, to entertain people at social functions, or for religious purposes. Thanks to Beethoven, music became something to enjoy for its own sake. Cassidy did, however, admire the fact that Sousa made the United States Marine Band one of the finest in the world. He was appointed leader of this band in 1880. Cassidy's father, who had made a career as a Marine, said that it was because of this fantastic band that he wanted Cassidy to play an instrument. So, how were Kylie and Cassidy to decide on whom to write their report? Both musicians were incredibly talented and had a great influence on the world of music. Finally, Cassidy suggests they flip a coin. Heads, they would choose Sousa. Tails, they would choose Beethoven. Kylie tossed the coin high in the air.